Hey guys, so I bought this knife at the thrift store for $3, and it's kind of dull, so it's not sharp. It's made in China too, but God had illustrated something to me a few days after buying it that I didn't really understand, but it says hammer forged right there. And so it reminded me of how, we're the clay and we're the clay and he's the potter, right? So he forms us into, instruments, right? Things of use. And this is an instrument for a specific use, right? And I had confirmation on this word because I was watching this stream from Tree of Life, and I think she talked about something about knives or something like that. And it kind of reminded me of this knife that, and it's funny because I think I was looking at it right when she said the knife, so it's kind of cool. So this knife's dull though, right? And it's a knife still, and it can still cut things, but it's very weak, and and it needs to be sharpened so it could be, of use, right? Of good use, of use for what it's meant for, which is to cut things, right? So I think a lot of us in our walk we're kind of dull, and this is for me too. And over time you use a knife, you use this thing so much that it loses its sharpness, right? So God was saying, like, we need to be resharpened, I suppose, is kind of like the analogy of being sharpened in our faith, in our walk with God. And that can happen simply just from prayer. And funnily enough, so I went to sleep early last night, and I woke up at like 11:30 or 12. And honestly, I was kind of mad about it because finally got to sleep early, which I'm trying to, sleep early, fix my schedule, that kind of thing. But what I wasn't expecting was God woke me up so I could talk to him. God woke me up so I could pray to him and have that time. And that was another confirmation because I seen this video of this guy who makes videos online. He makes more reels, and he does raps. I forget his name though, but I actually don't remember. But he said the same day, sometime this morning, he made a video of how he was woken up last night to pray to God because he wasn't maybe praying to God or something like that, right? And there was only time to do that because it was nighttime. You're in bed, so pray to God, right? And I felt led to say 3:03 too. 3:03. I saw 3:03 on the clock, but so that's what happened to me last night. I was praying to God, and honestly, I ended up crying. I was going through a lot mentally, and I didn't realize it until that point that God had to release me of some burdens I was carrying, and become sharpened, I guess, because I was kind of becoming numbed out and dull, right? Like this knife. But he refreshed my soul. He did refresh me in my faith, in my walk with him, and felt his love and his presence and stuff, and he just kind of reaffirmed that everything's okay, because sometimes we lose hope, we get dull, and then we lose that we kind of forget what we used to be. We used to be on fire for God. We used to love God, right, and serve him and stuff, and then we kind of get dull. So God's trying to resharpen you, prune you too, cut off the bad things, cut off the bad branches, so you could be of good